What's up everyone, Precious Oven here. We're going to do something a little bit different today. This is my Daiwa Saltiga LD15 2-speed. It's going to be kind of like an open box review slash... Wait. This thing is already open. I'm sure you've been seeing me use this. This one's paired with my Phoenix rod. So let's get right to it. So I've had this reel for quite some time. I want to say around 5 years, and I've been using this for yellows, most of my rock fishing, just a lot of my fishing in general. My first Saltiga reel, I love this thing. It's very nice, and hence I bought my LD35. I have a 55, I think it's a 55 or a 50, and then of course my other Saltigas with the open box for the line counter one and the other jigging one. So I did notice on my last few trips taking it out, the reeling was getting a little bit I want to say rough. I could feel that it wasn't as smooth, and it had to do with these bearings right here. Okay, these two bearings right here on the spool shaft. So these two bearings right here are both seized up. So these, hold on, I don't want to lose that little washer right there. Okay, so I opened this thing up, serviced it, and I found out that these two bearings right here are seized up. I put it back together, tried reeling it, and took it back apart. These two bearings right here are seized up. This third bearing right here is fine. I did order another one, but my plan is to swap everything out with these ceramic bearings. So I picked up these ceramic bearings, full ceramic bearings, and I'm just going to put these in and slap it back together. So I got these two bearings. I did have to measure these out because I did not get these from Daiwa. So if you plan on getting new bearings for your reels, if you do service them or whatnot, the number system goes, you will be measuring the inner circle, outer circle, and then this height right here. Okay, so I ordered these two bearings. I did order this bearing as well, but since this bearing is still working, I'm just going to put everything back together just with these two bearings right here. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now with my Saltiga LD15 2-speed. As far as servicing goes, very straightforward when you take this thing apart. I was about to put everything back together. I had everything greased up already. But as far as difficulty wise, not very difficult. It seems like a daunting task when you first start servicing reels, but they're very straightforward. A lot of people take pictures as they're going forward with servicing these reels. I think the scariest part for me was this part right here. this section right here for the 2-speed, but even with that, it was very straightforward. No issues with it. I pulled it apart. I didn't have anything really wet or nothing crazy going on in there, so that was nice. But as of right now, everything's all greased up. I was just waiting for these bearings to come in. So now that I do have the bearings, I would like to slap this thing back together, if I can remember how to put it back together. But very simple. This part would go in here, of course, on this side. Okay, and then I do have that washer in there already, this little tiny washer right here. Okay, there's a little tiny, I don't know if you could see that, but it's a little tiny washer right there, right, that goes right here on the shaft. So I'm trying to do this on camera so you guys can see. Looks complicated. So these are done. These 2 bearings right here, these are trash. My drag still looks okay. I was gonna order a new drag from Daiwa. Drag looks to be good. Still a good amount of drag grease on it, so I'm not too worried about it. So let's get this back together. So that will go in there, and then the washer's in there, and then it will go bearing and then spring, and this is all serviced and cleaned and ready to be put back together already. So yeah, I'm just gonna slap this bad boy back together and see how it feels. As far as I was gonna give a review on this reel. Let's do a 7-star system for my pressure 7 number designation. I would give this a 7 out of 7, 10 out of 10. It convinced me to purchase other Daiwa reels. Maybe I would have liked it to last a little bit longer. I take pretty good care of my reels as far as rinsing them down with hose water, and then after that I would rinse them off with either bottled water or filtered water from the fridge. So I really wish these didn't seize up. I did notice it a lot this year. Maybe, well, it's 2025 now, so but in 24 and maybe in the later parts of 23, I did start noticing the slowdown of the, as I reeled it, I can feel that it just wasn't as smooth as before. So yeah, and that's even with the rinsing and using clean water to clean it off afterwards. So that's all in there, and these just need to be tightened down. And I'm just going to give it a nice little hand tightening. I'm not going to smash them down as of yet and fully tighten everything down until I get everything back together, as far as the spool part right here. So that's that side, and this is the clicker side. Okay, that goes on just like that. And then these small screws. So this is all greased up already. Everything's nice and clean because I had already serviced it. But yeah, and if you've ever serviced a reel, or like I said, start taking the big dive into servicing reels, it does seem like a daunting task. There are plenty of videos out there, but once you do one, they're all pretty much the same. From old reels to new reels, there are, of course, smaller screws in these new reels. I recently did a pen, an old pen for one of my buddies at work, and he was very happy with the results. It was his father's reel, so I'm glad he liked that. What I did for his reel. And then with these small screws, you do not want to cross thread anything, so just be careful when you're getting these in. Okay, I figure I'm just gonna slap this thing back together instead of charging the camera. I'm coming back to it since I have everything up.
Please charge it in time.
Okay, so pin right here. And then these parts right here. On the spool. Okay. And this fits right in here on this side. So
please charge it in time.
I'm gonna drop some grease in. One drop's good. Or oil, sorry.
Please charge it in time.
Okay, so I did have to charge my battery for my camera because it just wouldn't stop, and then it died. So here we are. Let's finish this off. So now I'm just going to connect the spool part to this gear part over here, and this square right here is going to match up to this part right here. Okay, so the easiest way to do that is just to slide this part directly on, like so. And turn the spool, and this part should just close right up right here. There we go. Okay, and we're going to put this brake part on right here. Okay, and then the 4 screws, we're just going to put some Loctite on. And right into there. And I'm getting Loctite all over the place, dipping this thing in. I'm just going to give all of these a dab. Get some Loctite on my hands. And then just set these bad boys in. And that should be it. This last one getting screwed in. Tighten everything down. And this thing is good to go. And I'm gonna change that other bearing maybe on Monday, possibly. That's when I'm getting it, but I may be going out very soon. Here's those two seized up bearings right here. Those are trash. And that should be it. There's my Saltiga. Nice and tight. As far as the drag. There you have it, my Saltiga LD15 2-speed with the new ceramic bearings. Looks like it free swells really nice. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't be afraid to service your reels, you guys. They're all pretty much the same when it comes down to it. Very simple, very intimidating first time, but once you do one, that's it, and they'll last you much longer as time goes on. Alright, it's one of my favorite reels as far as Saltiga goes, and it persuaded me to buy even more Saltigas, so I have a nice lineup of Saltiga reels by Daiwa. I hope you guys enjoyed.